And why are we doing this? Appointments. Everyone, I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years. I was an accountant that realized my job was going to be replaced pretty soon by AI. So what we did was we identified with all the people that were buying the data, using it, lead generation, marketing, everything. Everything's different. The texting got more impossible. Emails definitely got harder. Even like I have a lot of videos of me being successful with email. My email rate dropped, and I've spent the last better half of 3 months getting it back to where it was, and it was a lot of trial and error. So end of the day, everyone needs an appointment. So what I've settled on is how do you generate premium appointments that people are willing to pay for? And that's the key thing. People are willing to pay for them if they're good. Like I probably have a wait list of 100 people over the 5 years still waiting and hitting me up for a roofing appointment. And I've never sold them any because there's a lot of bad quality out there. So whole concept is do it right this. And if people are looking up the near me, so for instance, this is in Austin, Texas that we ranked for on Google search right here. This one link was clicked on to. Oh, that's actually interesting. This one.
Okay.
Yeah, and the way that really the vision that I have for AvocaData, which this is the entering light of it, is a community that has access to data applications, and not just data applications, but users that use them. Because one of the biggest issues with this as a whole, computing, like this is complicated. It's going faster than iPhones update, if you know what I mean. So the average person isn't keeping up with the wild, advances of technology that are easy to use, but have a deep understanding of how to apply it. And now I know what applied mathematics is. So with this, these are all of the weather alerts. I just refreshed it at 1:15 or at 12:17. It's 12:23 now. So I'm going to look at theirs. I don't have it all loaded right now purposely because I don't want it to crash, but I'm trying to see if there's a wind damage one, for instance. We'll see, is there any alert for wind? Severe thunderstorm warning, North Carolina, Northampton, Greensville, Virginia, Southampton, Virginia, so on and so forth. So when we click on it, it's going to load every city in the state. And now there we can go narrow down and be like, all right, where were these storms specifically? So that's Delaware. I don't think that's where we want to be. I don't know the state of Virginia well, but we'll just say this was the area specifically. We can then go take some plots. We'll include those 2 cities just because that's where some of the hail stuff is. So we can select the city. So we have Crestwell and Roper, and go save it. Now we got our little polygon saved. And this, the final thing we're doing is I'm attaching this to our database of homeowners. So now we can enrich it directly to the map. And now if there's someone looking for, let's say, roofing repairs, well, let's see if we can overlap the damage with the search. So it goes 9 days back to searches. So this goes infinitely back. This goes, I just integrated this fully last week, but this is always going to be retrievable. But if we say, let's go back 9 days prior, we have June 2nd to June 3rd. We had some crazy storms. So now, there's people looking for wind damage. And when you upload the spreadsheet of your homeowner records, that just to tie this all together, I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. This is going to, by next week, enrich to that database. So now you'll be able to call people who not only searched for roofing or searched for flood, whatever the case may be. It'll now plot it on the map, and they can say, okay, I don't want to waste my time with these people. Maybe this looks like the most severe area. So I'm just going to have my guys call these people. And now you just cut your workload in probably a quarter, because what I was saying before the FCC ruling got thrown out with the EPA, if you had to make more phone calls this year with the same data, you will make less money because it is not possible to make more phone calls than it was last year. So that's where this whole concept came from, was like, okay, well, if you can eliminate, let's just say 80% of Kansas and just narrow into, okay, this is probably, Wichita probably got screwed right here. So now you can better put your time into what you really need to. So this is normally going to be $5,000 a year. It is not included with the $499 package of the data, but right now, anyone in here, it'll be $5,000 for 2 years. Obviously, you still need the data to include with it, but we'll do $5,000 for 2 years for this software right now. And the year won't start until December. So you'll get another 6 months worth. So that means $5,000 you would be rebilled for this app in January 1st, 2028. You spend 5,000. Channels, there's many messaging. So Teams was the first thing we put together where you can customize it how you need to. So I personally customize mine as these topics: general, proposals, jobs, clients, and services for this team specific. So the way I'm using this is every single client that's paying me that I use with a team member, they're going to end up here. And what that means is if your client's assigned to a team, they're still your client. But if they have multiple proposals or job requests, now your team members that you work with will be able to help you fulfill them. So maybe your full-time job is not website design, but you're really good at it, but you do not want to do it. Well, you can go off and create a position to hire people. So someone, for instance, was looking for Brazilian data. So left this as a note because technically now we're looking for a data provider that provides business owners in Brazil. So basically it's an open request. Someone can eventually reach out to us, fulfill it, and we can forward what they send to us directly to the client that requested it if they actually pay you for it. Now, no, that's not what I want. Every user gets one invite a month, and anyone they invite that makes money, you get commission paid off of. Not entirely sure how it's going to work that way. It's not in any way an MLM, because the idea is if you bring someone really crappy and they do a bad job and they're on your team, you're going to lose money now because your team is going to make less money and the algorithm will not refer you as much. The whole goal of this is to get rid of all the people, all the sayers, but not the doers, all the people who tell you they can do it, but the people who really can't do it. And the way I plan on doing that is holding the invitee accountable, the person who sent the invite accountable by, penalizing your team in terms of rewards with the algorithm if you're inviting really crappy people. But yeah, so we're doing this right. We're not going to do this. We already have our revenue maker. So the whole idea is, well, this we get to really perfect and make sure it's useful. And in terms of how you get paid, figured out that maybe it's just best to use Cash App and Google Pay. I was trying to get Apple Pay in here too, so it's more peer-to-peer versus B2B for Stripe and all that. But we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. Now,